Hey guys, what's up? James Perot here. I want to make a little video here that I want you to watch all the way to the end. That's going to go over what you need to know before you start the program, okay? So watch the very end. You're going to see a lot of good things here that are going to help out with you getting started here, and just make sure that we set you on that right path for the success that you're looking to achieve. So I know you're very excited here right now. I'm pretty sure you're eager to get into it. So this is what I want you to do. When you open up your kit, I want you to find this brochure, okay? It says Ignite Your Life on it. Picture of a couple, backpacking in the Grand Canyon or something, but find this in your kit, okay? Now, when you open it up, I'll open it up here for you. You'll see the inside that looks like this. I hope this isn't backwards here, but basically you're gonna see the 8-day schedule, okay? That's what you wanna find. And what I always tell people to take a picture of that as soon as you are done watching this video. Take a picture of this with your phone, because sometimes, if you're late for work, you're running out the door, people can forget this schedule at home, but nobody seems to forget their cell phones nowadays. So at least you'll have that with you. And then if you look at the middle page here, so this is kind of awkward to hang on to, but the middle page, it has a heading that says Get Started, has all the supplements listed there. Take a picture of that as well, because that is actually going to be the dosage amount of each supplement whenever the schedule says to have something. So at least you'll have the schedule with you and the dosage amount there, okay? So with the schedule here, guys, this is kind of what I want to go over, just a couple of highlights here for you. It is pretty self-explanatory, but I mean, there are some highlights I'd like to cover. And there might be a little bit of a learning curve, just kind of adjusting this to your day, but before you know it, you're going to be into a routine of things. You're going to understand, what you should be taking when, so don't feel overwhelmed. So with the first day there, actually, just before I even get into that, you'll see on the side here, there's no times associated with the schedule, right? Everybody has a different, different work schedule, or a different day that they have to accomplish here. So there's no time. So a good rule of thumb here, guys, is you want to space out these blocks probably about 2 to 3 hours apart, okay? If you're going a little bit longer than 3 hours, you're going to be wearing yourself a little bit too thin. So try and keep it to the 2 to 3 hour mark, okay? Now, if you look at the first block across the day, across the 8 days, it says get up, have 8 ounces of water, okay? That's just going to help, wake your body up, get your organs functioning, and kind of just get your body ready to go. And then between that block and then the next block, which is your lean smoothie, which is your first shake of the day, you do not have to wait the 2 to 3 hours in between these two blocks. You can almost have them simultaneously, one right after each other, okay? So that first block of the day is the lean smoothie. Basically, it's 1 scoop of the protein powder per 8 ounces. So you should have a shaker bottle very similar to this that comes with the kit there. The shaker bottle is actually 16 ounces of water, so you'll only need half a shaker bottle for your lean smoothie in the morning, okay? Now, it's also calling for a global blend, which is that 1 liter concentrated fruit juice. It's a white jug with a red lid there. Just give it a good shake before you pour yourself a capful, and make sure that you keep that in the fridge, okay? After opening, it's got to be refrigerated, but just pour yourself a capful of that. Now, you can either just take the capful as a shot, or you can actually pour that capful into your lean smoothie in the morning. It's full of berries. It kind of adds a fruity flavor to it. That's something that I've been doing since I started the program, so feel free to do that as well, okay? And then it's calling for the action after that. It's just a multi-nutrient supplement. It's going to give you some other nutrients that you're going to need throughout the day. Now, if you look at the morning snack here, this is the first block of the day in terms of food, okay? So anytime that you guys think of food, I want you to think of the Cheat Plus, okay? Now, this is where it comes a little bit of planning here, because typically when people are hungry, they just kind of fix something to eat and they eat, right? So a little bit of planning here. So take the Cheat Plus 30 minutes prior to that. You also want to take take the Cheat Plus with a little bit of water, okay? So half a shaker bottle, again, 8 ounces of water. That's just going to help activate the Cheat Plus before you're going to consume that meal, okay? And then it usually calls for the zing after. Now, with the meals there, guys, it's calling for a protein meal with green vegetables. So if you look in the bottom left-hand corner of the schedule here, you're going to see there's some protein selections, there's some vegetables, there's some grain choices. Now, you're not limited to what's on here. I believe your coach probably already sent you an approved food list, so you definitely could dive into anything on that approved food list. Just a note though, obviously watch the preparation of those meals. Stay away from frying it. If you could bake it, boil it, steam it, that's probably going to be the best bet for you, okay? So those are kind of the meals there. Now, in terms of portion for the meals there. We don't count calories or anything like that. It's too difficult, so we try and portion everything out. Okay, so for women, it's 3 ounces of protein per serving and a half a cup of vegetables or grains, okay? For the men, it's a little bit more. It's 4 to 6 ounces of protein with 1 cup of vegetables or grains, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, if you could weigh everything out, that's probably going to be the best bet. Not everybody has enough time to do that. So there's actually a little cheat sheet in the bottom left here, or bottom right, left, bottom corner, we'll say. It basically has a picture of a hand and a fish, a fist, and some vegetables. So all that is saying is whatever you could fit in the palm of your hand is roughly about 3 ounces of protein, okay? So a small chicken breast, fish fillet, things like that. And whatever the size of your fist is approximately 1 cup, okay? So these are guesstimates, best case scenario. If you could weigh it out, portion everything out, that's obviously going to be the best bet, but that kind of gives you a little cheat sheet there. So that's a little bit about the meals there. Now, going back to the schedule here, so you had your morning snack, which is the Cheat Plus prior, the meal with the vegetables. It's calling for a zing. The lunchtime is a lean smoothie with some supplements. Afternoon snack is another meal, so remember that Cheat Plus before 30 minutes prior. Dinner meal is either going to split up between a protein shake or a meal, so just kind of be on the lookout. It does kind of switch that up a little bit. There may or may not be supplements included at that time, at the dinner time. And then if you look at the last block of the day there, it says to have flush with a warm beverage, okay? So actually the hotter the beverage, the better that's gonna work for you. So you can do, a cup of decaffeinated tea, herbal tea, just plain hot water. But the point is you wanna make that beverage as hot as possible. That's what's really gonna activate the flush while you're sleeping, okay? So that's a little bit about the schedule here. Now, day 1 and day 2 are exactly the same. And the whole 8 days actually just cycles between 2 different types of days, okay? So again, day 1 and day 2 are exactly the same. Day 3, it actually throws a curveball. Actually, day 3, 5, and 7 are what we call grain days. So there's a little bit more food associated with those days. And if you are doing some meal preparation, or if you're going to the grocery store and getting, picking up all your groceries for the program here, just be aware that on day 3, it starts asking for proteins with proteins with grains, as opposed to protein and vegetables. So just kind of be on the lookout for that. Also on day 3, afternoon snack there, it is also calling for a cup of nuts, okay? So almonds, sunflower seeds, things like that. So again, just be aware of that if you are picking up some groceries there. But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. Again, you might have a little bit of a learning curve, but before you know it, you're going to be into a routine of things, and you're just going to know what you should be doing, okay? Other than that, a little bit of what I want to highlight again on the schedule here is water consumption, guys. Okay, this is huge. A lot of people really overlook this, and I cannot stress this enough while you're detoxing, okay? And the recommended dosage is that even if you were not detoxing, okay? So it's calling for a gallon of water a day, okay? So that's about 7 or 8 of those shaker bottles that you have there. And you have to remember, keep in the back of your mind here that you are detoxing, right? So those toxins can only come into your system 1 or 2 ways, through your urine or through your stool, right? So the more water you have, you might see a little bit more frequency in terms of the number 1 bathroom breaks, but that's just gonna be a little bit easier on your body to expel those toxins, okay? So really focus on that here, guys. Now, if you did start with our blue box, the Ultimate Transformation Kit, you did get a couple exclusive products in there that are not on the schedule. So I'm going to kind of go over those and actually have them handy here. So the first one I want to talk about is Zip Stick, okay? So you'll have a tub and you'll have some a bag with some individual sticks in it, okay? So the Zip Sticks is actually based off of the Global Blend formula. So you get the same benefits. It's an antioxidant, helps with inflammation and pain, gets rid of free radicals within your system. But because it's in a powder form, it's actually good for energy, okay? So again, there's no rhyme or reason when to take this throughout the day. Whenever you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, typically people, from what I've been hearing, is they traditionally go for coffees or, energy drinks, Red Bulls, Monsters, things like that, which are so bad for you. So Zip Sticks are a great alternative, okay? So with the portion size of this, it's 2 scoops from the tub there for a full shaker bottle, or for the sticks, it's 2 of the individual pouches there, okay? So basically the difference between the 2 is 1 is already pre-packaged for you. It's meant to be on the go, so you could leave it in your lunch kit, throw it in your work bag, leave it in your vehicle. That way, if you do need a bit of a pick-me-up, all you need is some water and you're ready to rock, okay? Another pointer with the Zip Sticks, a lot of people actually use it just to flavor their water, right? Just to, you know, they might have some difficulties getting that 1 gallon of water a day, so, you know, it could be a little bland, a little boring, so feel free to add Zip Sticks to your water just to flavor it. Again, it's full of fruit, adds a fruity flavor to it. It tastes great, okay? So you definitely can do that. So that is Zip Sticks. The other one I want to talk about is XR2. So this is actually a new packaging that they've come out. Yours might look a little bit different, but this is XR2, and it's actually a multi-use supplement, okay? So it's good for a wide range of things there. It's actually good for rest and relaxation, stress, anxiety, gut support, appetite control, and even sleep. So it does quite a few different things. So if you want to use it for the rest and relaxation, the stress, anxiety, or the gut support, just kind of take it as you need. Some people take it before. Sorry, I used to take it before, I still take it before I do any public speaking. Some people do it before they have any big meetings or presenting something. I actually take it before I fly. I don't know what it is. I'm a nervous flyer. I think there's something on the wing. I get anxious. So it'll just kind of help calm those levels of anxiety down, okay? So you definitely could try it for that as needed. If you want to take it for gut support, or sorry, excuse me, appetite control, this is what a lot of people are actually taking it for. So if typically the appetite control is an issue later in the evening, maybe you put your kids down, you've already had your last dinner meal of the day, you put your kids down, you know, you're snuggling up to your favorite Netflix show, and the next thing you want to do is open up the fridge, right? You're not hungry, just kind of something to snack on, something to munch on. I definitely was there. But if that is an issue for you, the XR2 will definitely help curb some of those cravings. So we recommend that you take that probably about an hour after the last dinner meal of the day. That should help curb any of the cravings. Some of that is a little bit of a mental battle, if you know what I mean, but it definitely should help, okay? Now, lastly with the XR2 is you can actually take it for sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you know, you're tossing and turning, getting up in the middle of the night, you know, just not being able to turn your brain off, too much stuff kind of going on, you can take the XR2 to help with that, okay? So we recommend that you take the XR2 directly before bed. So you've already washed up, you know, you brushed your teeth, just kind of crawling into bed. That's when I'd recommend that you take the XR2. And that should help get you in a nice deep sleep to help get your batteries charged and you're ready to rock the next day, okay? So that's a little bit about the exclusive product here. Now, whatever day that you're gonna start on, whatever you choose, make sure that you let your coach know so you're in sync with them. Now, if you're gonna start, for morning of day 1, this is what I want you guys to do, okay? As soon as you get up, go bathroom, do your business there, but before you do anything else, before you eat anything, before you get dressed, I want you to jump on the scale, okay, and jot that number down. And to be honest with you, that's the only time I want you to be weighing yourself, okay? And if you want to weigh yourself throughout the 8 days, you know, maybe day 3 or day 4, and kind of see how you're progressing, you definitely can. But again, first thing in the morning after a bathroom break with as little clothing as possible. Because what will happen is if you weigh yourself throughout the day, you know, those numbers can be skewed depending on what you've ate, how much water you've drank, what clothes you're wearing, so those numbers will be skewed. So we want to eliminate those variables, keep it first thing in the morning after a bathroom break with as little clothing as possible. Okay, so that's what I want you to do morning of day 1. Second thing I want you to do morning of day 1 is also take some measurements, okay? Your coach probably sent you a little PDF file of where to measure, but you definitely do not want to miss this, okay? Measurements play a vital role in tracking your progress there, and it's a great way of kind of seeing how you're doing just in size as well as your weight, right? Now, the last thing I want you to do is I want you to take a couple pictures, okay? Snap a couple of the front, the back, the side. You don't have to do it in your underwear or anything like that. Just something form-fitting. That way we have 3 means of tracking your progress. Obviously through the weight and the weight and the measurements with the data, but we also want to track that through the visual as well. Because I mean, you're going to be seeing yourself every single day, so it might be tough to see that. But once we put that side by side, you'll be able to get that visual for yourself, okay? Now, the last thing I want you to do here, you're probably getting some text messages from Xander. Xander is a great little tool. So the day prior to you starting your day 1, I want you to text Xander a message and just say, you know, I'm starting my day 1 tomorrow morning. I start my day at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever that is. That way he will sync up with you the following day, start sending you those little reminders, little tips and tricks and videos and things like that to help you through the 8-day program, okay? And lastly, before I want to let you go, I want to keep this video short here. If you have not heard of a way of getting the cost of the kit returned back to you and essentially doing the program for free, touch base with your coach. This is something that we do for everybody. When my wife and I first got introduced to our coach, she she mentioned that we could do it for free. And to be honest with you, that is my wife's favorite 4-letter F word. As soon as she heard free, she's like, what do we do? How do we need to do it? So your coach will definitely explain that to you. But basically, we actually got the cost of not one kit, but the cost of 2 kits returned back in only 10 days. So that's something that we help everybody do. So if that's something you want to do, touch base with your coach, and they'll definitely get you set up with that. But other than that, if you have any questions, touch base with your coach. Make sure you're in sync with them. Take those before and after photos with the measurements, with the weight, and I look forward to hearing your results. If you have any questions at all, feel free to post in the comments as well. And I look forward to seeing your results after your day. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.